I'm still trying to process what happened to Etka. Um, he passed away at 29. The New York Police Department confirmed that the gaming vlogger, whose real name is Desmond Amofah, was found dead nearly a week after he went missing. We mourn the loss of Etika. The account tweeted all of us at YouTube are sending condolences to his loved ones and fans. Um, and it says YouTube star Etika caused concern after he posted a disturbing video. And I saw another video that referenced what he said. Uh, and what I can't help but have go through my mind, is simply this question. Um, you know, the question is basically this: Where were his parents? Now, I was thinking that just because he's 29 doesn't mean he should be disconnected from his parents. I have never, in all honesty, heard of him until this happened. Hello. So, Aaron, did you know? Did you watch his videos? So I don't know him, but I feel like I got a good expression or experience of who he was by watching the one video. First of all, he strikes me as very, even though he's 29, he still strikes me as if he's 16 or 17 and trying to figure it all out. But he's 29, and then he came across to me as very extremely introspective, which what goes with that is high intellect, but directionless. He wasn't he all the one thing that he did know was that he had a huge YouTube following. Um, as to how he served the following, I don't know. I think we can gain some idea by the number of people. It was a number of what, almost a million, or was it 5 million subscribers? But at any rate, an enormous following, certainly much bigger than mine. Um, but I what happened? I mean, I'm reading the official Twitter page. He had 130,000 subscribers. Okay, a beloved member of our gaming creator community. That's what the YouTube creators put on this. They're on the page, and um, I don't see here. Yeah, we mourn the loss of Etika, a beloved member of the gaming creator. Uh, Aaron says, well, he had 860 before he had mental breakdown in October. 860,000. What? You mean he lost that many subscribers? What happened with his mental breakdown? I didn't realize that. I forgive me because I had no idea of who he was. There's so many YouTubers today that unless you, there's an idea. What? He destroyed his own YouTube channel in October. Oh my God. What was, folks, for those of you who are watching this now or will watch it later, destroying your own YouTube channel is basically like pouring money down the drain. Because if you have 860,000 subscribers, um, oh, Aaron says I'll pull the info for you for 1 second. Thank you very much for being a great resource. Whew, he had almost a million subscribers, and that means he could easily pull, oh, $10,000 a month from his YouTube videos if he followed the right distribution channels, and at least maybe half to a quarter of his subscribers regularly watched his videos, and which means that if you get half that distribution, you get once in a while you get this enormous count, right, which adds up to enormous dollars. He destroyed it. Yeah, you would have to have something wrong with you to do that. I'm at the computer, so I'm going to type myself uh, that et, YouTuber Etika destroyed. I'll say destroyed. You can't post the link. Okay. I'm typing in Google YouTube Etika is destroyed, and oh, it's right here. Etika explains why he destroyed his own channel. Um, so let me play this. See, he destroyed his own channel. Yeah, he was.
So for today's episode of the News Unist, I wanted to do a recap of what happened with Etika and update the story. Because a lot of people are asking me to do an update on the story. They want to know what exactly happened, what's going on with Etika, and really what's going to be the future with Etika.
Etika with Tubia.
Etika had kind of a mental breakdown, and he really did go into a mental hospital.
Well, it says that Etika is he went to Elmhurst Hospital, this says.
But I can't really blame the guy. Stress really does a lot of negative things.
You said Etika with
But a lot of people are saying, why would you destroy your own channel? Why would you upload porn to your YouTube channel? A massive channel. Porn? Well, it came out that Etika wasn't making a decent amount of money on his YouTube channel, which, again, I can relate to. Unless you do daily content and you get a decent amount of views, you're not going to make a lot on YouTube, despite what a lot of people think. And he said that his partner network that he was associated with was undercutting him quite a bit.
Oh, I didn't realize this. Okay, let me stop it right here, folks. Now we're getting into all this. This is the stuff that, you know what, the community needs to talk about, because I got pitched the other day by yet another multi-channel network after not getting pitched by anybody in a long time, blasting Full Sail because I felt that, all they were interested in Full Sail is a multi-channel network. And folks, if you don't know what a multi-channel network is, it's basically, it was a kind of structure that was pioneered by Maker Studios, and Lisa Casanova, who was one of the early YouTubers, along with myself. She was a comedian, and I didn't think comedy would go that far on YouTube. I thought it was better for vlogs because you were looking for the exchange, right? But she stuck with it. Then she partnered with with two other YouTubers, and they started what's the first multi-channel network, where they partnered together, they banded together their channels, and said, hey, look at this person's channel, look at this person's content, and they grew that, and they started taking that content, and they did more than monetize it. In other words, they did more than make money from the traffic. They actually made money by selling sponsorships to those channels and creating episodes and a destination television place where you could go, but on YouTube, okay? And they kept growing to the point where they had 500 channels, 500 YouTube channels. And it got so big that Disney bought them for like $500 million. That was the first multi-channel network, and also the first successful multi-channel network. But it spawned a lot of copycats along the way. And what they would do is, if you're a YouTube partner, like I am, they would basically have you sign over your money to them. That's how it worked. So you get paid by Google AdSense, right? I get paid by Google AdSense. So what I would have had to do was basically give in this case Full Sail or whatever multi-channel network he was signed up with, I would have to give them my username and password to get into my Google AdSense, and then change the routing of the money to them, and then get my percentage back by contract. Well, I don't want anybody messing with my money. I don't care if I sign a contract. The simple fact that it goes to them first and me second was really unsettling. So I never, ever joined a multi-channel network, and I never will. He said 850,000 subscribers. I don't know how much money he was or was not making. But the other reason why I didn't like to go into like one subject, like I'd like to talk about different subjects, is because of the balance of money. Now, having said that, YouTube has really hit me hard, and I don't clear anywhere what I used to, but there is this. Every video that I make, including this one, or for the most part, if I don't, unless the network breaks, becomes a blog and also becomes a news item. So it's on News app, then it'll go on Apple News, or it will go on Google News, right? Okay. And Aaron Simpson says, well, most of the time he live streams, so he had a lot of donations. And I could see that because I got a nice donation tonight from my live streams, unexpected. The second largest I've ever gotten. So I can see how he lived that way. What I don't understand, Aaron, is, and I'm again, forgive me, I'm picking this up new for the first time, is what would drive him to do that. But I mean, this fellow has said the key. He said that he wasn't getting enough money from the channel, and that his network partners were not giving him enough and they were taking their percentage. See, if the money isn't, that's a negative spiral. That's what in system dynamics we call a negative feedback loop. So you're getting less money, right? Which means you have less money to use, but you still have to give them a percentage of that money that's less. And so it's driving you nuts. Let me hear the rest of this.
Now, I have to disagree with this point on how he handled the situation because it's a bit crazy to upload pornography to YouTube to get out of your partnership. I mean, at the end of the day, you can always renegotiate.
It said that he uploaded pornography to YouTube to get out of his partnership. That's also, though, that's a community violation. That's a good way to lose your channel. So I don't know where he got the idea that he would help or hurt the multi-channel network and not himself in the process.
Your contract and get a higher cut. That's exactly what I did. I'm with Broadband TV. I just asked them to renegotiate my contract, and I said I wanted a 90% cut, so they gave it to me. They'd rather have me stay than leave, and I do take advantage of quite a bit of their services.
He's brought with Broadband TV.
Services that they do offer, which has helped me a lot to stay alive during YouTube crises and over the years. So overall, I have to say it's pretty crazy. If you was going to...
Yeah, the guy, his name is Proto Mario, a gaming vlogger. He has 556,000 subscribers. I've never been into gaming vlogs. Okay, that's just me. You know, nothing wrong with anybody else who does it. I don't know if you do it, Ern, but that's just not been my thing. My thing is news. Like, this is news, right? But, okay, apparently, somewhere here he talks about, okay, why he destroyed his YouTube channel here.
Big crisis, big problem, big issues. This was the major contributions to why.
I guess,
because you do have to curb yourself if you want to play. Because at this current point,
he keeps saying,
the best of luck in the future.
Okay, he keeps saying that Etika explains why he destroyed his own YouTube channel, but he didn't have it in his words. Etika gets angry about swatting stream highlight. Okay, and Etika destroys a thought. He went ham and wild out. That was something where he's going through something that no one's talking about. He's been playing some sort of like game thing. That's funny. Okay, interesting. Etika destroys his entire career in one sentence. On Tuesday, popular YouTuber Kimi Star publicly called for YouTube to restore. Wait a minute. This is oh, I see. You asked me to look up Wikipedia. I found it. Okay. All right. And this article is being heavily edited. There's a disclaimer here. This article is being heavily edited because its subject has recently died. Knowledge about the circumstances of the death and surrounding events may change rapidly. Okay, fine. He was born May 12th of 1990, passed away June 19th. He's Aaron says it should have a red background. This is what I found. Let me show you what I found. I found that. That wasn't what you were thinking about? Because that was Wikipedia. That's what I found. So I was going to go through here. It says, talks about his early life. I'm going to jump to, it says prior to the Etika branding, he was a model and rapper. He would model occasionally until 2015, and he started doing the gaming vlogging in 2012, and he had over 800,000 followers, as you said, prior to his closure of his main channel, and he was on YouTube and Twitch TV, and within months after creating a second YouTube channel, he had more than 130,000 subscribers. Oh, you said it's Wikitubia. Okay, Wikitubia. All right, let me try that one. Wikitubia. Never heard of that one. Oh, I found it. It was referenced. Etika Wikitubia fandom powered by Wika. Got it. Okay, and that's this is what you mean here. Right? That's what you mean. Okay, I think I'll read that one, right? That's what you mean. Okay. Got it. Thank you. Okay. Says sometimes he uploaded discussions. He said about Desmond read donation messages on his live stream and often had to turn them off after a string. I get you. Thank you. I'm reading it. It says after a string of mental breakdowns in late 2018 and 2019, Desmond posted a video that appeared to resemble a suicide note at midnight on June 20th, 2019. He was reported missing by police shortly thereafter. He was found June 24th, but it wasn't confirmed if it was Desmond until June 25th, where he was sadly found dead by the NYPD. He had 3 mental breakdowns. Personal life. He was named, his father was named Akura Amofah, who was a politician in Ghana. So his folks are overseas. So you have any family over here? He is known for allegedly slamming the door on Jerry Rawlings' fingers, injuring him. Jerry Rawlings is the former president of Ghana. Not much is known about Desmond's mother. Wow. See, that's what I was wondering. Where are his parents? All right. So the view that I'm getting is he was isolated. He didn't have any family to lean back on, to keep his mind right. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I wonder how he came to be in the United States, or if they were in the United States. I don't know. Controversy. First mental breakdown and termination. On October 25th of last year, Desmond's account was terminated for pushing pornographic content and other community guideline violations at around the same time. His Twitter and Facebook accounts were also inactive for unknown reasons. It's like he was trying to self-destruct. On October 26th, 2018, it was reported by his ex-girlfriend, Alice, that he at least had, had her, but he did something there. She was the ex. That he was sent into a mental hospital. On October 29th, 2018, Desmond confirmed on his Twitch stream that he actually got his channel deleted on purpose due to the fact that he does not get ad revenue on the channel. So basically, you're saying he thought his life was over. But in an odd sort of way, I understand what he means. If you have that many subscribers and you're uploading videos, you're not getting any money at all, that's weird. Okay? That is weird. And you know what it sounds like, don't you? It sounds like the YouTuber that went to YouTube headquarters and took some lives. For her name just flew out of my head, but that's okay. But she was upset. This all came. Notice how all these folks have been suffering during this ad revenue problem at YouTube. He's one of them. And you look at these huge subscriber counts, and you think making money. But see, I don't know how much money was no money. All right, if you're not making, look, $1,000 a month is something you can use, but I don't know how often he had to work to get that. And plus, if you have all of these, you see, that's the problem with making videos. excuse me, if you concentrate on gaming as opposed to news or something that can add up to a historically searchable archive, right? Someone can look at something you talked about a news item years ago. The minute they look at it, you got them. There's ads on that video. You can make money, right? But I don't see how that would translate for gaming unless you were reviewing a specific game that came out at a specific time, as opposed to just talking about characters and something that a person wouldn't think to search back for, unless, of course, they had specifically seen you before and they liked that performance. You know what I mean? That's just me. I'd love to hear the counter to that, but I digress. Okay. Oh, Aaron says, well, he's live streaming, would get 200, 800 donations per night. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. If he was getting 200 to 800 donations per night on his live stream, through what's it called? Super Chat. Yeah, Super Chat. That's pretty good. Because if he's getting that per night, 8 times 5 is 40. That's $4,000 in 1 week if it's 800, right? So, and that's only during the work week. So I don't know. He lived in New York. New York's expensive. I'm adding all that up. I don't quite know what his expenses were like. But something else was going on that drove him, you know? Oh, Patreon? So you mean he was getting paid? I thought the donations are through YouTube, not Patreon. I have Patreon, but I don't push Patreon because I don't like the format for what I do with respect to news. I just don't. I'm on it as more of a bookmarker than anything, but I have to sort of feed. The other reason I don't like Patreon is it's not my platform. I have my own blogs. So why would I want to use somebody else's, essentially their blog or website, when I've got my own? And that way, see, if you go to Patreon and search around, that's their money. But if you go to oaklandnewsnow.com or if you go to zenny62.com, that's money you're bringing to me. See what I'm getting at? So why would I want to use Patreon site if I've got my own sites and I got 98 of them? That's my point. So anyway, his first mental breakdown, Desmond confirmed on his Twitch stream he actually got his channel deleted on purpose. Okay. And PewDiePie tweeted about mental health. Now, mental health is a big issue now, I've noticed, in this conversation. And my thought is, where were his parents? You know, were his parents aware of his YouTube work? Were his parents watching his videos? Because my mom watches my videos. Okay, if I put something up like what he put up, considering the fact that I'm here helping my mom, and my mom is 84, she'd have a fit, you know? Jack, Spice, and Boogie, and okay. Thank you. He was taken into custody while streaming on Instagram, it said. Oh, yeah, this is a second mental breakdown. I apologize. On October 16th of 2019, Desmond began tweeting manically, including threats of suicide, similar to his previous outburst 6 months prior. Once again, he posted a screenshot of his now terminated YouTube channel, Etika FRFX, which he did by his own hand by uploading porn until YouTube took it down. Wow. Desmond's ex-girlfriend Alice was with him at the time and documented what was happening. At one point, Desmond asked her to leave because he's expecting people to show up at his house and it might not be safe with her there. Eventually, she contacted police who restrained Etika and took him to a hospital. He was messed up. And was he on drugs? Okay. Was he on some kind of drugs? I'm just asking. Was he addicted? Does anybody know? Then he had an altercation with police officers. All this, Aaron says he doesn't think he was on drugs. He just had a chemical thing. Something happened. Keenstar's planning to get him buried at the YouTube headquarters because that's his wish. Well, that's not going to happen, unfortunately, because of YouTube doesn't want that. And then it's not zoned for that, so I mean, I live in Oakland. I live near there, and I've been to YouTube headquarters. Maybe you have too, but it's not zoned for burials, right? Um, but it's these are symptoms of a larger problem. So you can hear it in old words. I heard. Are you talking about the video? I don't want to play it for copyright reasons, let alone out of respect. But well, he was talking about things where he didn't measure up. Is that what you're talking about? Actions he took? Because it left me wondering, well, what actions? What was it that he did that he feel? Yeah, I saw that. But see, that's what I'm saying. This whole thing has left me with more questions than answers. You know, what did he do that was so bad? How much money was he making? What were his expenses? Where were his parents? Again, where were his parents? Where was his family? Did they have any idea of his YouTube work? He talked about the Antichrist. Okay, fine. But see, all these are, you guys are throwing out symptoms. And he used to be a joker and edgy. Oh, yeah, okay. But see, you're all throwing out symptoms. I'm asking why he got to that point. That's all I'm asking. Like it says, altercation with police officers here. May 1st, 2019, this year, Desmond got into an altercation with a police officer and was taken to a mental hospital. How did that start? On May 14th, he returned to streaming and explained everything, saying that everyone is a god, and saying that the police officer punched him when Desmond stuck the middle finger at him. Why did he stick a middle finger at him? Oh my God, it was like he was unraveling, okay? Fans of Desmond are unsure of the situation and think something is off. Yeah. This is, let me get to where you are, let's see here, where you all are talking about this. This is, hold on a second. I am going, because I was reading your comments, which come up in limited fashion here on my phone, right? But I'll go to the channel so I can deliver better feedback before I go to bed, because I do need to do that. All right, so let's see here. He was younger. Oh man, I'm sorry, Aaron. It's very sad. It's very sad to. It's very sad that this happened to him. Very sad that people have to. That's the sad part about it. What's sad is that he does this, and we're affected by it, right? You know, it's not very sad that this happened. It's not something where you feel bad because there's nothing you could do. Aaron says the thing that needs to be talked about more is help for people with mental illness. And Aaron, I agree with you. What I want to know is, here's my thought. My thought is YouTubers. Here's the thing, okay? And I think YouTube needs to go back to this. When I first started on YouTube, you used to be able to hook a video as a comment onto somebody else's video. So it'll be the string of videos, and I don't know precisely why YouTube stopped allowing that, but you could answer a video with a video right there on that person's page, okay? And not a link, but a full video. And Aaron says, and not have it swept under the rug. YouTube right now is actively removing videos. Really? So you mean my video is going to be? You mean this video is going to be removed? Well, that's not true, because we just saw videos in search that were up there talking about it, and they're still up. So why would they remove my video? That doesn't make sense. Are you sure? Because remember, I just read one video that was up by a guy. So Alexander says maybe the lack of parents or neglectful parenting was the cause of some of his issues later in life. I think that's the case. I mean, plus he's from a foreign country, Africa. He's over here for the first time, I guess. Aaron says anyone that tagged with the word, it's the word. See, I don't use that word in here. Okay. I mean, I don't use that word here, and I didn't tag it, so I should be okay. But I agree with you, Joker. Saying he needed his family. And unfortunately, apparently his girlfriend wasn't. That's not her fault. I'm not gonna. I'll take that back because she's suffered a lot. So, but I do think that us YouTubers could do something by design. And if we went back to the design where people could clip their videos on as commentary and then flag those videos that were negative, right? In other words, 3 strikes and you're out, okay? You say you blocked his friends on Twitter, but I mean more on YouTube where it's visual. The, see, Twitter is a text, okay? And people respond to text differently than face and voice. That's why I believe that text is very damaging to society, but video is very healthy for society. Because text you read in your own insecurities. With video and voice, you have to process how the person looks, how they're saying what they're saying, the time of day, whether or not you ate, the whole 9 yards. And you come away with a different feeling. Like if I say, if I write, boy, that was an explosive outcome. All right, you don't know what that means if I just write that. But if I have a video saying this was an explosive outcome, and I show you with me with a huge bottle of Coca-Cola and those pip pops in my mouth, and I do that, and boom, that's an explosive outcome, right? See what I mean? It's a different. It takes on a different meaning. All right. Aaron Simpson says, you see the issue in every company is scared of offending someone. Stuff like this should never be talked about. How are people going to learn and deal with it if there's no talk? Exactly. And Jedi Lance says he had a close family member he had not spoken to in over a year. He had distanced himself. That Keemstar interview made me sick. Then to play the good guy and try to save the day, disgusting. I have to see that video. I haven't seen it. And the Joker's Gaming says, yeah, I understand now. Yeah, it's different with video. So you can make a video with a cake and say, hey, here's a cake for you and cheer them up and that sort of thing, right? Those things go a long way to helping people, but the way YouTube is structured, we can't do that. And I think we need to go back to being able to communicate by video. And it's great to be able to see the person because I have a 900-word block. I don't know if he has it, but I have a 900-word block on my comment area and you guys haven't triggered it because you're not bad people. But bad people trigger it and their comments get booted. You're looking at the guy who raised hell for 4 years with YouTube to get a comment filter built in because I was being called the N-word in writing 52 on the average. I was being called that 52 times a month. And I remember I started on YouTube in 2006, April 21st of 2006, and I was made partner. I was asked to be a partner. It was different in those days. Steve Grove was the news and politics editor, and he and Mia Quigliano approached me and said, hey, we'd like you to be a YouTube partner. You're a prolific vlogger. And that's how I signed up. That's how I became signed up as a YouTube partner. And those are the pioneer days of YouTube. Those are the pioneer days of YouTube. But I remember we had in fact, I have it on, I'm here on Zenny 62. We had a meeting, I'll show you, a YouTube Community Roundtable. And it was at that same YouTube Community Roundtable that my friend Jamal of Black Tree Media, you may have heard of Black Tree Media, right? Or if you haven't, you have now, right? But we were talking about the whole N-word problem. No, this was 2009. That was 10 years ago, okay? Yeah, the YouTube Community Roundtable. And so that was 10 years ago. And I'll get to that in a second. What we were talking about then was the fact that, hey, we had to deal with being called that, and what the YouTube people told us at the time was, you know what, you get paid, the more comments, here it is, the more comments you gain, the more money you make. So basically, it was just sort of like, I mean, I'm not kidding. This was the attitude at the time. It was sit back and take it. That was the attitude. It was the attitude was sit back and take it. Okay, that was what it was, and it was like, wow, sit back and take it. But and I that was 2009. I had gotten tired. By 2010, I thought, you know what? I'm not taking this anymore. And by 2011, I had it. So I wrote two posts. I wrote one for on sfgate.com where I was a City Brights blogger. I wrote another one for Ad Age, and then I wrote another one for CBS News. They helped me get the word out that this was I basically helped me shame YouTube. So I had the mainstream media putting out my post, right? This was the YouTube Community Roundtable. Let me show you, okay? This is it.
To my first YouTube community partner meeting, community roundtable. I'm a YouTube partner meeting, and it's in that direction. Well, that's parking. Let's see there. Maybe that's it. Yeah. So I made it. We check in with you, right? Okay, excellent. Cool.
Yep.
So here I am, and stay tuned.
Hi there.
Hey, tell my viewers about Cullen's ABC.
I'm from Cullen's ABCs, and we have 530 videos for parents and children, and just ideas, songs to sing with children, and then activity ideas also to do with children as well. Yeah.
I'm a subscriber. Great stuff.
Oh, yes. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that door hurt, man.
That's, and then from here, I have to turn the camera off. Hey, Noah Kravitz and Phone Dog, what did you think of the event?
It was interesting. It was fun for me to get a chance to meet some of the people, the wizards behind the curtain, but maybe more interestingly, the people like you, who are doing the content producers. Interesting for me because, like one or two of the other people here, but unlike most of the people here, being kind of a tech reporter, if you will, our channel is more about following an industry versus some of you guys who, obviously are following what's going on in the world, but you're doing kind of more the conversations about strategies, about content producing and that kind of stuff. Interesting for me because I don't think about that a lot because I'm more just following, there's a new thing to report on, here's what I do. So that was very interesting for me.
Hey, Dylan, Household Hackers, love your stuff, by the way. What did you think of the event?
It was good. Learned a lot, and looking forward to expanding what I took here and just sort of taking it to YouTube and doing a little better. Maybe get some more subscribers. Maybe reach out to the audience more.
Yeah, keep up the good work, man.
Thank you.
Okay. Chris, your YouTube. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
How was it for you guys? What do you think?
Well, I just loved the opportunity to get a lot of different users and community members together to talk about some of the things that they are doing on the site, some of the innovative and creative ways that they're using the platform, but also just generally having an opportunity to exchange not only best practices but feedback, and give us like very candid feedback about some things that we need to do better, and also give them an opportunity to take a look at some of the things that we're thinking about, some of the recent products that we're launching, but also some of the fundamental things that we're thinking about when it comes to just the very basic user interface.
Tell my viewers real quick about one product you want everybody to know about more than anything.
One product that
There's a whole slew of them, I know. But I mean, for me, the improved insight was coming. I love that. But also,
one product that well, I don't know. I mean, I think that YouTube still has this real perspective of being a repository for low quality video. So I feel like in March of 2008 we made the transition to high quality, and then in December we made a transition to high def. So I think that we're always looking to improve quality and to make the video that much crisper and the detail that much better. And I think the user community really appreciates it. Our job is just to figure out how to keep pushing that forward. So I think quality and high def is one of those things that still hasn't really been talked about that much, but I think a lot of users are out there using it in really creative, constructive ways.
hey, Jamal, what do you think?
I thought it was great. I mean, I've been a partner for 2 years, and I've it's just great to meet other partners. You know, I didn't do forget the event they did last year, just to meet people. I mean, it's kind of like behind the computer, and you think of Google as this big, just computer for a while, but you don't talk to nobody. It's good to just share some suggestions. Hope that you'll see some taken. Hope that that we can grow on YouTube and beyond, and feel possible.
What'd you think, by the way?
I thought it was cool. I was just here for the free pair of socks.
or glasses, right? Yeah.
So,
What'd you think, Joe?
I thought it was, like Jamal was saying, I've been a partner for 2 years now, and having a chance to meet up with everybody else, but having that access really with the team was key, because it makes a big move to take down that barrier of the web and be able to get in there and have that one-on-one for us to give our comments, get feedback, and from one another, finding out how other people are using the channel. I had some really good feedback today, and I'm going to monopolize.
Hey, so tell my viewers about your YouTube channel first.
oh wow. I mean, I can't do without it. Can't do without it. My name's Victoria Rowell. I'm here in San Francisco at Google YouTube. I'm here with friends if you want to pay me over. And we're working on a project. It's called Book Promotion. It's a novel. It's highly anticipated. Titled Secrets of a Soap Opera Diva. Simon & Schuster Atria, May 4th, 2010. Get
Nice.
one.
Definitely.
Okay.
Great to meet you guys. And, hey, flex your media. Flex your media.
Being televised.
You got it, definitely. All right. All right, folks, this is where the meeting was, and I want to thank the YouTube team for hosting us and being just terrific to us partners. It was fantastic. And watch Zenny62 and all of the other wonderful channels that have been presented in my video. Excellent, excellent. All right, okay. All right, folks, I got to do this. Hold on a second.
The slide. Watch this. This is only Google. Look at this. The slide.
Hard, but let's see what happens. You think I can do that? All right. Well, I'll get a little messed up. Hold on a second here. I gotta check the jacket off, right? All right, here we go. This is gonna be interesting. Climbing in. I hope I don't get stuck in the thing, right? All right. Here we go. Whee! Nice, I got stuck. Oh. All right. Yeah, that's the way it ought to be. Whew. Okay. That does it. I have to go out this door, right? That's how it goes. Okay.
I got lost.
Where are they?
I got completely lost.
Uh-oh. Let's see here. There. But I have to go down to one, right? Oh. One more down. Okay. There you are.
Anyway, I got lost, folks. That's what happened. But you can see YouTube was a lot more intimate in those days, and you could actually do, could do that kind of meetup thing, right? And that's where we were talking about the problems that we experience. But now YouTube is so big, you don't see meetups like that. I went to a workshop in Atlanta last year, which was really great, but I don't know when they're going to do another one. And then they have the YouTube creator spaces, right? There's one in LA. There should be one in Atlanta. There's not. There should be one in the Bay Area. There's not. There's a headquarters. Where I was Google headquarters then. There's one in, I believe, Mumbai. And I believe there's another one in New York, and that's it. So compared to the vast number of YouTube partners, right? There are not, hey, maybe this is a business thing. There are not a lot of places to just meet, right? Just meet. The Joker's Game says, I love YouTube. There are a bunch of helpful tips from YouTube content creators like Jeff Saxon Vlogs and After Prison Show. Yeah, and Aaron Simpson, I like the way you like the random door thing. Yeah, that door hurt, man. Aaron Simpson says, maybe I'm just old, but I think this whole new culture where people are wrong because I'm better for just giving younger people these issues, people in their 30s. Yeah, if basically, I don't know if I can read this correct. This is what you're writing. It says, see, maybe I'm just old, 33. I'm 56. I'm 56, but this whole new culture where people are wrong because I'm better, for e.g., is just giving younger people these issues people that in their 30s up know that isn't the way to go. I think it sounds like you're basically saying that society may be becoming more immature, and I do think that's because of social media. But I think that's the isolation that it causes. But in the case specifically of YouTube, I really believe YouTube needs more places to meet, physical places that are only for YouTubers, so YouTubers can talk and get to know each other rather than through this, right? Rather than just through this. This is a great start, all right? But there needs to be, I would say, 30 YouTube YouTube centers, okay, around the United States alone, places where you can go and meet other YouTubers and go to see events and concerts and everything else and trade tips and stuff. The same thing you do online, but it's physical, right? Um, Aaron says, yeah, so that people are getting uninformed and jumping to that conclusion. Yeah. And Joker's Gaming says, like, what kind of cameras are good for filming with good quality? Yeah, exactly. And I've got this, with this, I love this iPhone XS, right? Great selfie camera in addition to the forward-facing dual camera, right? Love it. I just bought it today. I'm kind of behind. I admit it, right? But I'm an old-fashioned vlogger. Some of you are episodal gamers, right? Or you, and I'm the old-fashioned guy. I say old-fashioned in YouTube parlance because what we were told is we had this playbook, and the playbook said, hey, make videos about current events, look at YouTube trends, and follow the trend, and that's how you make your dollars, right? That's where I came from, okay? Proto says, look, this guy was always mental. Okay, welcome to the, I didn't know that. Oh, playbook, okay. But at any rate, yeah, they had, it's tragic. It was always a drama, wow. So basically, you were saying he was always screwed up. But yeah, Joker is the YouTube trends. We had, and I'm certified in channel growth now. So, but what I've experienced is it's really hard to build your subscriber base if you're not consistent. And you have to be not only consistent, but figure out a way to get your video out there to be seen over somebody else. It's really a difficult challenge. It really is. And that's why, again, I have a multi-platform way. I have the majority of my money comes from being a consultant, comes from, well, not so much being a consultant, but being a content creator. Because you can hire Zenny62 Media to tell your story. Because mainstream media is so different today. You know, you have all these different agendas. Who are you going to get that tells your story multiple times until your word is out there? And that's where you call on me, right? That is far more lucrative than anything I've gotten from YouTube. But YouTube is at the center of it. The videos like this video would become a blog post. It will go on to Google News. This drives it. You see what I'm getting at? So, Cowboy Wrestler, how you doing? I missed you earlier, man. I just had to make this live stream and get these thoughts out of my head regarding what happened with this gentleman. And I've got these folks who are great and I've never seen before, and we're having a great exchange. I'm going to do this again. Proto says, I love your work, Borsky, but this guy was over the years going south. What scares me is the community supported or encouraged his drama. Oh, no. It's like he got rewarded. Wow. Oh, my gosh. Proto asks, what's your take on Project Veritas revealing the censorship? I think, I haven't looked at that in quite some time. Let me copy paste that in Google. And yeah, he did. And not only that, to be honest, it's like I'm not accustomed to a black man having those problems. in life so exposed, and I'm just being honest. It's like this wasn't something that years ago you heard off us often in. But what it signals to me is that because the family structure was different in the black community, and I'm talking a long time ago. I'm talking 40 years. Okay, I'm talking back to when I was 16. Like again, I'm 56. Okay, so when I was 16, the black communal structure was different. You weren't away from your family so much. He's away from his family, and he's swimming out there. He's got no moorings. Uh, the church was far more prominent in our lives then than now. The church kept your mind together. Okay, the church kept your mind together. And this is interesting. Protos. Oh, insider blows whistle and reveals Google execs plans. I saw this. I didn't know about this Project Veritas. This is by James O'Keefe, who I have an unfortunate relationship with. Not that kind. I mean, kind of like he's, just anyway. It's all political, but fun stuff. At any rate, okay. Insider blows whistle. This is what he's talking about. Insider blows whistle and exec reveals Google plan to prevent Trump situation in 2020 on hidden camera. Okay. I don't know what to make of that. That's a different issue. That's more political than I want to talk about right now. What I'm talking about is more when I say relationship with O'Keefe, it was more like, okay, I'm a liberal blogger. This is in the early days of YouTube. I'm a liberal vlogger. He's conservative, and I was one of the first 128 bloggers, although I was also a video blogger, to be credentialed for the Democratic National Convention. That was 2008. I started Oakland's first blog, Oakland Focus, in 2004. Okay, so I'm a pioneer. I'm a tech pioneer. I am listed on Crunchbase under Zenith and Abraham for my first company, Oakland Sports Business Simulations. I have to update it, of course. So I've been every place. I met Mark Zuckerberg. I actually stepped on his foot at the Crunchies. What were the Crunchies? There were the after party. There was the tech party that was by TechCrunch. I stepped on his foot accidentally, of course, at the after party at San Francisco City Hall. That was also in 2009. Okay, so I have one of the first full video interviews of Mark Zuckerberg. I wasn't in the interview. I was filming the interview. Michael Arrington of TechCrunch was doing the interview of Mark Zuckerberg talking about privacy. Okay, I used to routinely communicate with Mark's sister, Randy Zuckerberg, because we both agree that there should never be anonymous people on the internet. They should identify who they are, because people started troll each other, like what we see today, right? So that I go, as they say, way back. All right. No, there we go. Anyway, Aaron says the sad truth is we're not going to know what was in his mind the day he did it. I agree with you. And he says, I'm not making excuses for him, but people who did follow him thought the ups and downs. Hopefully, will learn from this. I mean, people who encourage them. Yeah, there are people who watch you. I mean, there are people who, I hate to say this, they like a train wreck. And hey, Proto says, nice. I launched a social network platform in 2003 in Australia. I'm a lone-time social network guy. There's a guy, a friend of mine you should get to know. His name is Mark Cantor. He started the first social network called the People Aggregator, okay? So, yeah, because he started his in the teens, in the 1999 there, okay? Oh, Mark? Wait, oh! Mark Cantor. Hold on a second. That's hilarious. Small world. Wait a minute. This is a very small world. Oh, man, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Mark, oh, my gosh. Mark is a good friend. I got to tell him I met a mutual friend. So, but I'm putting up here is, where is this thing? Come on. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay. Here it is. This is when we went to Mark and I have a mutual friend, Sarah Austin, who was another pioneer vlogger. And as they say back in the day, she was really killing it with Pop 17. And I met her that same year, 2009. I went to her party when she was returning from New York to San Francisco. But here's Mark, okay? This was later, all right?
This is my buddy Mark Cannon.
Oh, yeah, sure. I remember Trav. See, there we go.
That's right. And there's nothing better than getting bitched out by my buddy about social media.
I know. I got a great idea. Let's put a social network around sports.
You got it.
And we can do a both.
You got it.
This guy had fantasy league 10 years ago.
I did.
It's like, dude.
So you could have spent $80 million in advertising in the last week, like DraftKings. They're right. He's right.
Yeah, coming back to me, Mark, I don't have any money. I said,
That's true. Yeah.
don't ask me, I'm poor.
I thought he was rich.
Kevin.
We all think the other person is richer.
Predictive analytics.
This is a great place.
My data guy.
Hey, Mark, so what do you say about the future of tech? What's going on?
Messaging is the new OS. We all live in our messaging thing. And it's time for us to take the next step forward in the right context, because in the morning time I want to do this, and I'm talking to my grandmother, I want to do that. I need to use the same tool.
Okay.
No more photos.
I'll see you, Cowboy Wrestler. See ya. Have a nice flight.
Bouncing in and out. I want to stay in one message all the time. Hold on. Is that what that does? Oh my God. You mean we just got some angel flight to do that? Cola is the name. Messaging is our game. It's all good. Just give it a little more time to finish our product, and you won't be not here.
And you know Sarah, right?
Dude, Naval Ravikant, I'm trying to. I know, I'm trying to get on.
You know Sarah?
Sarah Austin?
Yeah.
Not in biblical sense. I knew her when she was like 19. Helped her out at Vegas. We were in the suite at the Skull Bowl Blog House.
Yeah.
This young little college scrub.
And now she's still young. She's still young. Yeah, she's still young. Yeah. So, yeah. So,
You know, Mark, of course it is.
And tomorrow, let me check my sunrise.
this is a great place. It's a great party. Yeah.
Rely upon everything.
It's a great party.
Sunrise is my life. Wednesday, 2:30, Rose's Cafe.
We have great tea. You like tea? So they have amazing, but it's hot tea, but we might have to get iced.
Here's what happens. You get the hot tea.
Well, I'm going to get iced coffee.
It's a great party. So, yeah. Hold on a second.
Yeah, you want iced?
Hold on a second. Hey, Sarah. Mark is here. You want to say something about Mark Cantor? Say something about Mark Cantor?
Oh, hi, Mark.
He's only over there. For Christ's sake. Yeah. He's talking proudly about you. I
Hey,
said
Mark, what's up?
Yeah. Right. Now, Mark, you have to come back over here to say hi officially. I'm just helping you out here, okay? Great party, son. Great party.
Is this a broadcast to Mark?
No, it's not live. It's YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Yeah. All right, Mark, I did your work for you.
So anyway, you get the idea. That was that's Mark Cantor. I've known Mark for a long time, and I thought Mark was an investor. I thought, and it was funny. He thought I had money, and I thought he had money. So we would always meet, but we always stayed in touch because we both had, great things we were doing, right? And thanks, man. Yeah, find me on Facebook, man. We'll connect. Oh, you might be connected with him as it is. It is 3:15 in the East, and I'm gonna head off to bed, folks. But I'm gonna do this again, and I want to thank everybody for chiming in and sharing. This has been a great learning experience for me, and it's the power of YouTube to be able to share ideas, thoughts, and experiences. Aaron, hey, I want to thank you in particular very much, and I'll subscribe to your channel. I guess I get there, okay? But anyway, thank you, everybody, and I'll see you again, and have a great night.